Welcome back. This is the Convoy L6. You might remember from my video, best flashlight under $100. It is the dual switch on-off in the back, modes in the front, 3600 lumen Cree XHP70 flashlight. We are now seeing the 2019 version. The only major difference about it is it has Cree XHP70.2, so we get an output upgrade basically. The original version was factory rated at 3800 lumens, and the new version, if I recall, is rated at 4300 lumens. The 2019 version does also come with a smooth reflector installed because the dies of the LED are closer together, so now we can get away with that and get a nice beam. With the XHP70.2 installed, we get a nice round, smooth hot spot, good bright spill, as to where before, with the original version, if we had the smooth reflector installed, we would typically get kind of a cross shape. Now this is a factory installed LED, this is not a mod. However, if you remember my video, how to double your lux, those mods that I showed in that video also work for this light. You can do the resistor mod on the driver, and I tried different resistors and I found that you can still run this wide open. You can put a 0 ohm resistor over the top of the existing ones and you're still okay on current. Wide open like that, I'm getting about 7.5 amps, 7.2 I think, which is excellent. That means we're still in regulation. I always assumed that putting that on there as 0 meant we were running direct drive on high, but that's not the case. If that was so with the XHP70.2, we would get somewhere between probably like 12 and 16 amps. So I think that's ideal for this. 7.2 amps still keeps us under the current limit for the keeppower 26650s, and it'll keep our springs and tail switch intact. I did go ahead and make up a bunch of all the different variants, well, they all look the same in the box, but I made so you can see the difference between the original, the 2019 version, and all of the mods, dome on, dome off, driver current boost, no boost, all of that stuff. And I've measured all of the variations, which I'll show on this chart. Looking first at the Generation 1 Convoy L6 with the XHP70, I got 2,825 lumens, which is quite a bit below the factory rating, but that is with my calibrated diffused lumen tube. I calibrated off a Malcolite, and just to be sure that we're all on the same page at least, I double checked with some other people who have similar setups and also calibrated off Malca, and they're getting within like 50 to 100 lumens of that. I thought it was kind of low, but that's what everybody else, at least that I know, is getting, and so we're all on the same page, even if we're on the wrong page. Using that same setup, you can see we go up in output with just the factory change of going to the Generation 2 LED. We get 3372. With the driver current boosted, we jumped up to 4568. And then, of course, if we de-dome the LED, we do get significantly longer throw, farther range, but we lose just a little bit of lumen output total. Looking off to the right side at our candela, that is our range measurement. The sample that I pulled from the originals this time gave me 84,000. Now previously in my other video I got like 75,500 or something. This time with this setup, with the light meter I own now, in the same conditions that I tested all these other ones, this particular one gave me 84,000 CD. And you can see how we move up with the variations, clear up to 176,000 CD with the boost and de-dome in place. So enough about charts and graphs and papers and measurements. Let's go have a look at these bad boys. I do have these available in both the 1A tint And we also have a 3C tint. That door is white, and this is kind of a little bit of an off-white. Maybe we turn it down some and see how it looks. There we go. It's the 3C, 1A. Visually, this one looks to me to be a hair more blue than what the camera shows, and to me it looks like the camera is showing green, but it's really not. There's really almost zero green in it at all. And this one, I'm seeing just a touch more yellow around the very outside than what's really there. I wish I was a better cameraman, but it's a very, very smooth spot. It looks super nice. It's good blending considering we have a smooth reflector with that 70.2. It is a little bit unblended, kind of that egg yolk, but not bad. Our user interface is, we will click here at the tail switch for on off always. Modes are changed right here at the front switch. We have 4, that's low, medium, high, turbo. There is no turbo timer, it just runs just like that. If you want, double click for strobe. That's it. Everything is memorized except for strobe. First up is the original Convoy L6. Now the Convoy L6 XHP70.2. Now the 70.2 boosted. Now the 70.2 with D-dome. Now 70.2 boosted and D-dome. Now a side-by-side of 70.2 regular and 70.2 D-dome. On the left is regular, on the right is D-dome. It's kind of hard to tell the differences on these on camera. Visually, I would say the most dramatic difference is still the D-doming. It really does tighten up the hot spot in the center. It bleeds out a little bit toward the edges, but I think that's the most drastic difference. Even though we gained 1200 lumens when we boosted the current, I think the de-doming actually has more of an effect on how the beam looks and feels. Alright, there will be links in the description if you want to pick up your own XHP70.2 Convoy L6, including the modified versions. I was going to tell you too, I finally got an X70. So that means hopefully next week that we're going to do brightest flashlight shootout between this and the Eminent MS-12 and maybe some other hitters, so look forward to that. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Good lucks.